Hey guys, what's going on? Sadiq. Welcome to Experiences with Sadiq. Season 2. Experiences with Sadiq is about all things real estate. A show where communication is key, advocating for the people is bliss, and knowledge, it's inspiring. Thank you for watching. Enjoy the show. And oh yeah, don't forget to follow me on all my social media platforms. Whether you're buying or selling a home, I'm that guy. Let's go! Hey, what's going on, folks? It's your man Sadiq from Experiences with Sadiq. Guess what? I have a super producer on this platform of XwS. And I definitely want to, the reason why I brought this guy on is because this guy's been a massive deal in the real estate game as well as social media. He's all over the place. The man's going to introduce himself. I'm just going to tell you his name, but he's going to introduce himself and break down everything about him, how he moves, how he operates. And his name is Ricky Carruth. If you don't know Ricky Carruth, you're definitely hiding underneath a rock. You know, this guy's amazing. Ricky, welcome to XwS, also known as Experiences with Sadiq. Thank you for coming onto our platform. If you don't mind, talk to the people, introduce yourself. Let's go.
Sadiq, yeah, man, nice to be here, bro. Nice to be here. So man, listen, I'm one of these guys. You only got to tell me something one time and I got it. Okay. That's it. That's basically me broken down as far as you need to break it down. All this world of social media and real estate and success and entrepreneurship and, all the things happening with technology and sales and businesses and companies and the stock market and everything is just so incredibly interesting to me. I'm let's just say I'm not like an algebra type guy, but like math to me, like I can visualize things, right? I can visualize mathematically things, right? And I can see to myself, okay, A plus B equals C. Like you only got to tell me one time, okay? If I do these things across this amount of time, this is going to happen, right? It can be very predictable. People think success is this elusive thing. And it's very predictable, man. The biggest thing is time and compounding efforts. It's the little things that add up. So I'm down in Alabama. I grew up right here, right on the Florida line, right? It's right on the beach and a beautiful place. Love it. It's called Gulf Shores, Orange Beach, Alabama. And really small town, about 20,000 population, but we got about 7 million visitors. It's a really huge beach destination, vacation place. That's why I do so well in real estate, because I sell beachfront condos, 300, 400, 500, it's kind of been our average price range over the years. We're on the upper end of that right this second because of the way the market is, but I'll knock down $1 million deal here and there. Nothing crazy, like down in Miami and, LA, New York. I mean, they're doing these 10, 15, $20 million deals, it's going out of style. So, but I'm happy where I'm at. And so basically I've been doing this for 20 years, just about since 2002. So 19 years. I was 20 years old. I got in, and man, I'll tell you the quick story. I grew up roofing houses with my dad, got in real estate, met Emil before I'm 23, lose it all in the crash, right? Because I was investing. I didn't know what I was doing with investing or even selling real estate. Lost everything, went back to roofing houses, worked on an oil rig, was sleeping in my car, sleeping on friends' couches, eating out of people's refrigerators, bankrupt. And I read 100 books. I got back in real estate, and I just fought my way back to the top. So in 2008, I get back in real estate. By 2014, I'm the #1 agent for RE/MAX in the state of Alabama. Sold 100 properties a year as a single agent that year, and I've sold 100 properties a year every year since. Still selling. In 2017, I decided, okay, I've sold 100 properties a year long enough to give myself enough credibility here to write a book and share what I'm doing with the rest of the world, share a little bit about my story. And it just kind of took off, man. I started speaking all over the country, and then I spoke globally a couple times. And I really love that part of it, by the way. I'm really looking forward to this little situation that we're in coming to an end, and able to get out and do real live events and speak on stages in front of thousands of people. That's kind of where this thing's going for me. That's what I love, is being with the people. But I started doing that, and ended up being the first completely free coach for real estate agents. I've got over 40,000 agents in my program. So here I am. I'm still selling. And I branched off. I wrote 2 books. I started speaking. I'm coaching. And I'm on every social media platform. I'm still selling. Like, it all comes back to I'm still selling. So, and I'm still a single agent, right? One assistant. I'm still knocking down 100 deals a year. I'm enjoying the place that I'm in, and I'm really so fascinated by the industry and the different companies and what Zillow's doing, and EXP and Remax and Compass and CoreLogic and CoStar and all the companies is so interesting for me. I'm just so enthralled with just sitting back and watching all this happen right before our eyes and the direction everything's going in. On top of the fact that I believe on the front end, I think we're on the front end of a massive real estate boom. That's my opinion. To me, it doesn't matter either way. If it crashes tomorrow, then I'll line investors up from here to the top end of the state to buy every deal that comes through. I mean, I'll do well either way it goes. But as far as the market's concerned, as far as real estate and the way that I see it, when I look at the 20 years I've been through of the big boom, the crash, coming back, it's slowly coming back. Now we're in where we are now. The regulations that they've put on lending and appraisals, and the reasons people are buying properties nowadays compared to 2003 and 4, the whole 9 yards, man. It's just so incredibly interesting for me, and I love being in a position where I feel like I have something, right? I have there's knowledge. I have knowledge. I have some knowledge that helps me navigate in a way that I don't want to say I feel invincible, because then that's starting to sound cocky, and then next thing you know, you get knocked off, but
that's true.
But I feel like I'm in a really good place, and I feel like I'm well diversified amongst real estate, all my investing stuff, my different businesses, and even what I have going on in other countries. I feel like I'm really on top of my game. And right now I feel like I'm just at the place where I have a nice foundation, right, to really do something special. Right. So now it's time. Am I really going to step up to the plate and do something really special? So that's kind of where I'm at. And all that kind of just brought me, faith and destiny all just swirled around and brought me right here to your podcast.
No, that's amazing. Like, Ricky, you have the way you move on social media, your humbleness on social media, the amount of knowledge that you share as a super produced agent is crazy. It's crazy. I want to know, what made you decide to share so much knowledge? Like, why not just keep some of that secret to yourself? Why decide to just release your education and just want to share your education with the people or with other agents?
You know what, man? I think it's because I like to go against the grain, number one. And people, when I started doing that, people told me that was the most retarded thing to do in the world. They told me that was the worst thing that I could have. There were people in my office were mad at me for giving away the secrets, right? Their friends and family, they didn't understand it. But see, here's what I knew that they can't wrap their mind around. They didn't know what I had really been through, right? That you can hear, oh, he lost everything. He was sleeping on friends' couches. He was doing this. He read 100 books. He did that. But you don't know what was actually going through my mind during those years of that period of time, right? And what I learned through that, bro. Listen, one of the biggest lessons I learned was that closings happen every single day, right? No matter what the market does, closings happen every day, forever, right? If you look at 9/11, .com crash, 2008, the pandemic, right? Nothing but massive amounts of closings during the scariest times in history, right? In our lifetime. And one thing that I realized, man, is that business is 100 million% unlimited. You cannot do every single deal ever that's available to each and every agent. Every agent can be like the number one agent. They're like, oh no, Ricky, no. There's only so much, right? There's only so much. And I beg to differ. I just beg to differ, man, because I look at it on more than just what we do this year. I mean, too, let's take it a step further. I look at more than just what's available this year, I'm looking at the future growth of the industry and the future growth of, and even if markets crash, like I'm still looking at the fact that, you know, it's a buffet. It's like as much as you can handle for as long as you can take it. And so like when I started coaching for free and I decided to go free and really share every single thing I know, like at this point, I have literally not shared there's nothing I have not shared with the general public about my business. Absolutely nothing. It's all right out there on the front line. And when I decided to go free back in 2017, okay, it was like mid 2017, I think, when I decided to go free, I literally took every single agent of my MLS and literally just put them in the program, right? I just took all their information and just put them in there to where they started receiving all my coaching emails and all my coaching stuff. And listen, I was the number one and still am to this day. Since 2014 to now, I'm the number one agent in the entire county, like by far, like leaps and bounds. So the number one guy, okay, so you got 2014, 15, 16, and 17. Here's the number one guy in the county out of all companies, not just Remax or this, everybody. You got the number one guy in the county, you know, for the last 3 years at that point, telling you everything that he knows for nothing, sharing his entire playbook for free. Now, now back in 2017, if you watched me do that, what would you say?
You're crazy.
Yeah, you would say I'm crazy, bro. You would say I'm nuts. But the thing is that I knew at that time something that you didn't realize then, and that is business is unlimited. You can't do all the deals that are available to each and every person. There is no competition. That's what people don't get, man. There is no competition out here. It's the only competition is you, right? Market share isn't how many listings or transactions or closings you get. It's how many relationships you have with people in your market. That's market share. It's the amount, it's the percentage of relationships in your whatever your industry in, whatever your market is. You know, you take all the potential prospects. How many relationships do you have with that percentage of that group of prospects? That's market share. That's who owns the market, whoever has that kind of personal brand built with the people in the market. So when I look at it as a whole, right? And like I'm telling you, man, they were all over me, man. And I look back at it, and because when I did it, I thought, okay, you know, what I thought would happen is what happened. You look back at it and what has happened. Okay, I'll tell you what has happened. I've got 1,000,000 times more respect of agents in my market, 1,000,000 times more. People in my market actually know what I'm up to in terms of like the impact I'm making on not just a local level, but a national and global level. Right. And let me tell you something, bro. My business has not went down a single transaction. I've made more money, right? I've made more money since I started doing this in terms of my personal real estate business. So I don't know, man. I just have a completely different outlook. I just believe 100% the competition is non-existent. It's a mirage. It's an absolute mirage, and that business is unlimited. Closings are going to happen every day for the rest of your life. And you just, man, I just feel like we've been brainwashed to think that this competition exists and that, you know, that we gotta hold on and hoard our secrets and business and stuff like that. But I think the reality is that it's the exact opposite, that you actually will be more successful if you let all that go.
Interesting you said that. So I've been following you. So I've been in the game for going about 1.5 years, maybe a little bit over now. And I've been following you. Actually, a good friend of mine who started the industry with me, he actually put me on. So I started following you immediately after that. And I've watched all this. I've watched all your footages online. And I realized, I'm like, this guy, he must have saw the future before the future even existed, if that makes sense. Because you were putting out so much video content, so much everything based around knowledge. My question to you, did you Do you consider did you consider this as a fluke in terms of you being able to do the things that you were doing ahead of time before everybody else started doing it? Or did you know that this was going to be the new wave to how agents communicate, one, with other agents, and two, with potential customers?
Well, what's funny there, glad you brought that up. What's funny there is I didn't touch social media till 2016, right? Didn't touch it. Didn't touch it in my real estate business or any other business or even personally. Didn't touch it. Didn't have it. Nothing, right? So when MySpace came along, right, that was probably like 2000, 2001, 2002. I don't know when that was. I was on MySpace and, made friends with all my high school buddies. And, it was a cool little thing, cool. Well, then it disappeared. Okay. And then boom, here comes along Facebook a couple years later. Okay. And so in my mind, I'm like, oh, okay, another MySpace. What's the point of spending time on another MySpace that's going to go away in a couple years? Right. So I literally ignored social media completely because of my experience with MySpace. And so like I built my business on phone calls, emails, postcards, letters, right? That was my thing. And my weekly email is still standing. It's been going since 2007, every single Wednesday. It's literally the pillar of my real estate business, and it is how I sell 100 properties every year through past clients and referrals of the database I built there. But and it's literally, it's like, to me, that is a social media platform for me, my weekly email that goes out to my real estate clients. But my point is that if you really look at what happened, I was incredibly late to the party. Okay, I was incredibly late to the party. I got in 2016 when all this had been going on for more than 10 years before that, right? And so I look at a lot of these guys. You say I got in early, and when you look at what I've done since I got in 4 or 5 years ago, I've done a lot, and I have a lot of volume of content, and it's changed a lot of lives and done a lot of good. But I look and say, well, if I would have started 5 years earlier when algorithms were different, where this was different, where that was different, heck, I could be sitting on a couple million, more followers, and I could have made an even bigger impact if I would have started earlier. So no, I saw the guys like Gary Vee and Grant Cardone and, some of the other guys who weren't necessarily in the real estate industry. I kind of watched how they were behaving on social media and the things they were doing and how often they were posting and what they were posting and this and that and the other. And it really inspired me, it really inspired me to do the same thing. And I look at the Gary Vee model where he doesn't have courses and stuff he sells. He just puts out content, builds a big, huge personal brand. And I said to myself, ding, 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 I can do that in the real estate industry for real estate agents and be the giver of all the free content to build a personal brand, right? To then have amazing opportunities in the future, So it was a futuristic move. It definitely was a futuristic move.
Now that's crazy. Now with everything that's going on in today's day and age, in terms of Zillow coming in and becoming a brokerage, EXP making a major impact in the real estate game. This is a twofold question. All right. One, what's your outtake in that whole development? And two, how do you think agents should move forward with everything that's going on in today's day and age, with everything changing in real estate?
Yeah, I mean, I talked to an agent yesterday, and she's scared to death about Zillow taking over, monopolizing the industry, wiping real estate agents off the map. Said she was going to quit checking the box to syndicate her listings on Zillow. And I'm like, why? That's only shooting yourself in the foot. Your buyers aren't going to see it, and your sellers are going to get mad that it's not on Zillow, right? I said, listen to me. Zillow has done nothing but help you, right? Everybody's looking at Zillow like it's this entity that is out to get us, and and maybe they do have some kind of hidden agenda. And it is wise to be paranoid, I guess, to a certain extent about things, right? And definitely watch it. Like I said, I am so incredibly interested. I'm just drawn to watching all this happen in real time. I'm just love watching the earnings reports, what they're doing, what the acquisitions. It's just so interesting to me, and to try to sit back and figure out why these companies are doing what they're doing. At the end of the day, you know, all these companies, they've got one thing in common. Okay, when you look at the Google, Zillow, Apple, Facebook, Amazon, right? Their drug of choice is data. Okay, they're spending billions and billions of dollars on data. And what is data? Data is literally a virtual human. They're buying virtual humans. They're buying you. They're buying your contact information, your email, your behaviors, everything that they can get about you. They're buying that. They're, either through, either through like your behaviors on their website, or, running ads or doing this or that. And so what you need to do is you need to think of yourself. We need to think of our real estate business the same way that these large corporations think of their companies. Okay. And we need to really pay attention. Nobody's really paying attention to the fact that what they're doing is they're collecting data, and the amount of data that they have, it ends up being the bottom line of the equity of their company. The data that they have equals what? The customers that they have. And the customers they have that are willing to do business with them is literally what the company's worth. I mean, we trade, stocks on the future earnings of companies, which is determined by what we think the database of clients are that will do business with them in the future. Right. And so we have to start thinking about our real estate business the same way, in terms of we need to be data collectors first and real estate agents second. Every day when we wake up, our main objective needs to be, how do we get more data? How do we get to more people in our market, talk to them, see how they're doing, let them know who we are, that we're here to help, collect their information, put that information in somewhere that we can build our personal brand with them from that point forward. Right? How can we run ads online to collect data so that we can then use that data to build more personal brand? How can we collect more and more and more data of people in our market, right? Because again, let's go back to market share. That is the definition for me of market share. I want as much market share as I can get. The reason why I'm able to sell 100 properties a year and still do things like this and coach and do videos and podcasts and all that stuff is because I have enough data. Right. I have enough data of potential clients and customers and prospects in my local real estate market. I have enough of their data that I built personal brand with that produces 100 deals a year without me having to chase business. Now, if I wanted to get aggressive with real estate, I have a completely passive real estate business. I am so focused on the coaching and building this other, monster, this global brand. Right. My real estate business is 100% passive in terms of getting deals. Once I get the deal, I'm going to work the deal. I mean, I spent a lot of my morning this morning, checking on my deals and talking to clients and stuff. So, I mean, I'm still working in the deals, but I do nothing to get the deals. They come to me and tell me what they want, and then I help them get it. That's the kind of business you want. And it all comes from collecting data. It doesn't matter what Zillow, what I want to know is from these agents that are so-called scared of Zillow is, give me the layout, right? Give me the roadmap of where we are now, point A to point B, them completely monopolizing the industry and wiping real estate agents off the map. Give me the play-by-play of how that actually happens from where we are right now, because it's not even on the radar for me. Maybe I'm naive or I'm missing something, but like I see nothing even on the horizon that tells me that sure, you may have somebody out there. Sure. Like there's a lot of people out there that are like, yeah, it'd be real nice if I could wipe out real estate agents and make all them billions. Of course, there's probably a lot of people that say that, but give me a play-by-play, give me a roadmap. And I may eat my words in 30, 40 years. I don't know. Right. I don't know how all this is going to play out. I'm just saying, give me the roadmap from here. Like, what does it look like? You know what I mean?
It's crazy that you say that. It's because I'm heavy on data collection, right? And understanding where my clients are coming from. Because I've tried, I guess I haven't tried heavy enough, which is basically what I'm focused on this year and doing is basically educating people on the importance of you as an agent could do the same thing that Zillow and all these other major corporations are doing. You could do the same thing. It just takes time and it takes education to be able to do the same thing. But as we're moving towards the future, it really comes back down to exactly what you said, because you really hit the nail on the head. It's all about data collection. It's all about acquisition for a major corporate company. And that's the direction that everybody's moving in today's day and age. AI. What do I need to know about my customers? What does my customer likes? How many bedrooms are they looking for? If you could collect all those information, you'll be able to get a better idea of how the future is moving with major corporate companies. And I guess you wouldn't feel the same way. You'll probably have a different outlook because it will allow you to change your business structure. That's how I personally look at it, and that's how I move with my business. Ricky, as you're building your foundation, you mentioned that you want to become a global entity in terms of your growth. What does that look like for you?
Well, I mean, there's a lot of different things, right? So I have a global brand. Okay. So just through social media, I've got followers all over the world,
You do.
which is incredible. I have people reach out to me from all over the world. And I've built really incredible relationships with these people. And, listen, relationships is the name of the game. And you never know where a relationship is going to lead you in terms of an opportunity. And here's the punchline. You don't build relationships and help people just because there might be an opportunity there might be an opportunity of some kind of favorable monetary outcome, right? What you need to think of, this is when you're really going to go to the next level. Because like there's stages to this. Like when I first realized that I needed to be more about the relationship over the transaction, when I got back in the business, I couldn't go cold turkey and just say, okay, I'm getting away from high pressure. I'm just going to go all low pressure. I went 50-50. I was 50-50. I was like, sometimes I was like, hey, you want to buy or sell? And sometimes I was just like, hey, is there anything I can do to help you? I was 50-50. And so it took me some time to morph into where I was more like 75-25. And then I was like 90-10, and now I'm a complete 95-5, right? 95-5 is where I want to be. I want to be 95% low pressure, 5% high pressure. I want to build that relationship and know when to strike, but at the end of the day, when you get to that point, then you're still striking. Okay. And this is what I want the takeaway here. You're still striking. And so that strike it still means that you're still there for some kind of monetary or something for you to gain kind of deal. And so what I'm saying is once you get to that level and then you realize that there's an even higher level of this whole thing, whereas you help people that have no chance at all to do anything for you, right? That's when you see your business really explode. When you start helping just anybody, regardless if they can help you or not, right? That's when you see things take a turn and really, explode in your life, in your business. So there's steps to it. I never tell any of these high pressure guys when they start looking at my stuff to just go cold turkey and start doing everything exactly the way I do it, just dabble in it and then kind of progress and take it to a new place. I forgot the question.
No, so basically just want to know where.
Oh, the global thing. Yeah. So that's kind of where it took the relationship. That's where I got the relationship thing, because I'm building these relationships globally. Man, there's a lot of different things. Like right now I'm growing this EXP team, right? I've got 10 agents right now in South Africa. I just got a team leader in Australia. I've got agents in Brazil that are waiting as soon as we're open there. I just interviewed a possible team leader in India. I've got probably 25 agents in Canada right now. Of course I'm 470 or something agents total. Most of them are in California. So, that's where I'll have thousands of agents in each country that EXP operates in. thousands in each country. So like right now, we just opened in South Africa and I have 10 or 12 agents there. They have 80 total in the whole country as far as EXP goes. So I've got, 15% of all the EXP agents in South Africa right now. And I want to maintain that percentage as they grow to 1,000 agents, to 2,000, to 5,000, to 10,000. And they will. They will. It's spreading over there. The South African people are incredible. The team I have over there are amazing people. I'm so happy to be connected with them and to just get to know them and to work with them and to help them grow their business. That's the power of, and then that's why the EXP thing is it's a platform for me. It's a platform to build more relationships with people, right? It's a platform I'm using to help people. It's not about EXP. It's not about recruiting. It's even bigger than real estate to me. It's a platform that I can use to help more people. On top of the free coaching that I'm already offering, I'm able to take this and actually work with people one-on-one. And not only that, but work with people in different markets, in different countries. And so that's a portion of what I'm doing globally. But furthermore, just continuing to build a brand globally outside of EXP, like all people, right? Not even real estate, just all people. And where I see myself over the next 5 or 10 years is literally just being a speaker and just traveling the world to just share my message and just try to inspire people, to understand that it's not about competition. Like, and there's all these roadblocks people think they have. They actually don't exist. They're a mirage. They're a mirage, And so I got to get this through to as many people on this earth as I can before I leave. And that's kind of where I see it. So it's more of a legacy play for the global situation. But that's what I was put here to do.
That's amazing. Last thing, what's your favorite book you like? What's your favorite book?
Favorite book, man. Move over. Let's see what you got there.
Oh man.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I see. Fanatical. I've read all those. all those.
Oh, I still got more, and I still got a shelf full of other books.
Yeah. So my favorite one is The Slight Edge.
But who's that? I've never heard of that book.
It's by Jeff Olson.
All right.
And it's have you read The Compound Effect?
Nah.
By Darren Hardy.
Well,
so The Compound Effect by Darren Hardy, he's a more popular guy, but he basically just to break it down in one sentence, it's about the compounding efforts over time that end up being massive. Massive. It's like, for example, like if you eat a whole pizza right now and look in the mirror, you don't look different. But if you eat a whole pizza for a year and look in the mirror, you look way different, right? Same thing with business. You make 100 phone calls a day. That first day you make 100 calls, you talk to 2 people and had really great conversations, but no real business out of it. Your business doesn't look any different. But if you do 100 calls a day for a year, you're exploding. Your business is on a completely different level that you never thought you'd get to, right? And so, but it's that little activity that you did every day that adds up and compounds over time. It's like social media followings, like I pick up 50 to 100 subscribers on YouTube every day. Right. That's not a whole lot in the whole world of YouTube, but I've been doing it for 4 years and now I'm almost a 60K, which again, isn't like a massive number, but look at my YouTube. It's geared specifically to real estate agents, which is, believe it or not, an incredibly small niche in the world of social media. You got billions of people on social media. And, when you narrow, this is one thing for real estate agents when they're trying to build their followings, because they're thinking, how can I get more followers? And it's like, it has nothing to do with followers, because the niche of your local market is so small compared to the universe. It's like, you can't compare yourself to people that have a lot of followers or look at their views or how many likes they get. And, like if you get 100 views or 100 likes, that's massive for a real estate agent just in a local market, because you have to look at the differences in the size audience and how niche everything is. But yeah, man, it's just about the compounding efforts. But here's the punchline. Jeff Olson made Darren Hardy look like a little kindergarten schoolgirl, little, like if you read both of those books, yeah, you're going to be like, wow, Jeff really, because it's the same concept. Mm-hmm. It's the same concept, but the way that Geoff illustrates it, oh man, it's life-changing. That's the only book I ever read twice, cover to cover. My second favorite book is the 10X Rule, which is behind you there. I got Grant coming on my show next month. His wife got her license and she joined EXP. So that's exciting.
No, that's amazing. Before we leave, I know you have the diamond to zero, diamond to zero, right?
Zero to diamond.
Zero to diamond. I said it backwards. Sorry.
Yeah, we don't want to go from diamond to zero, bro.
We're
trying to go from zero to diamond, man. I'm taking people backwards, man. We're.
I apologize for that. If you want, before we leave off the platform, I know that's a huge platform for you. You built.
Listen, man. Here's the thing, bro. If people want to follow me, man, just go to Instagram, follow me on YouTube, go to iTunes and all the podcast channels. I drop a podcast every day, 7 days a week. But Instagram is the best place to get me. DM me there at Ricky Carruth. Go to the link in my bio of Instagram. That takes you everywhere. All the agent resources I have, the free coaching, videos, everything. Anything that you need is right there. And 02diamond.com is the free coaching website. If you guys want to visit that, you can do that as well. There's a 90-day action plan, scripts, tutorials, 28-day challenge, so on and so forth. Just if you guys just want to reach out and say hello, you can do that on Instagram or ask me a question. Feel free, because I answer every single message on Instagram every day. It takes me a couple hours.
That's true. He definitely does. You guys hear from the man himself, Ricky Carruth. If you guys have any question, you guys could definitely find him on all the social media platforms. Until next time, it's your man Sadiq. You can check me out on all my social media platforms, whether it's Instagram or Facebook, Experiences with Sadiq. You can also follow my team, the Davies Group. We're on all platforms as well. Until next time, catch you guys soon. Love, peace, and happiness. Let's go.